Which place is that? Na 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 na. Heard it from Vishakha Prabhu in one of the Krishna Katha, that whenever Krishna and his friends plays hide and seek, for some reason they only go to one place only, their specific place. Like Radharani will always go to her place, and although they know that this was the place, but it was still hard for them to find all of their friends, because yeah, they are playing, and they're playing as kids, little cute kiddos. Sometimes kids are annoying, but most of the times they are cute. So yeah, they were playing, and then he was left alone in his cave. And Krishna and Nadia, he noticed that. He was like, oh, Shridama is missing. Suddenly, where is Shridama? He was also playing with us. Where did he go? And then he sent Balaram Prabhu as Nityananda. He said, please go and bring him. Daoji, please. We forgot it. I don't want to go it so far. Can you go, please, quickly? That will be so nice if you can bring Shridama. So, Nityananda, Lord Balaram as Nityananda, he went. And he went to Shridama's cave, and he said, come on, we have all gone to Nadia, and we are all waiting for you. Let's play there. Because the mood with Sakhas, or specifically Gop Sakhas, is not, they consider Krishna as their Lord at the same time, but at the same time, it's more of in a friend way, that they only play and they do all these mischievous activities. Kalakanta Prabhu was singing this bhajan, I forgot which one. Shatta Goswami asked to come, and then it was like chanting loudly, Radha, and oh mischievous son of Nanda Maharaj. So Krishna is mischievous. He puts people in trouble, but in a nice type of trouble. Jai Hari Bol. So yeah, they were like, let's go and play. And then Shridama, now he don't know who Nityananda is, he knows who Balaram is. So he was like, who are you, dude? Why are you even telling me this thing? Who are you? I've never seen you before. And then Lord Balaram said, I'm your Lord, Balaram. Cannot you recognize me? Lord Balaram. Because Nityananda Prabhu, so in Kali Yuga, the height of people is so less comparative to which Yuga? Dwapar Yuga. Yeah, I think also Treta Yuga, but still. Yeah, so it is mentioned also that in Kali Yuga, the measurement of the body, like according to that time, Nityananda Prabhu was just like 3.5 hands. However, in that particular yuga, it was 7 hands, the height of a normal person. If you like measure it like this, imagine how big their hand must be now. Just so that you know, I'm not concocting this anything. It's mentioned in IDT. So yeah. So Shridama was still unsatisfied. He was like, you cannot be Balaram. But at the same time, then Lord Nityananda came. He was like, okay, if you do not believe me, then take off running. If I cannot catch you within 10 paces, then you will know I'm not Balaram. They are having this wonderful, cute little competition. And again, as I mentioned, the mood with Sakhas is not more of logic, but it's more of pastimes and playing different things. So, and obviously, here they are in their childish form, little. So, he also agreed, as a child will do, you can tell anything to child, and most of the time they're like, oh, okay, it's like this. So he's like, okay, if you cannot catch me in 10 paces, then you're not Balaram, otherwise you are Balaram. Right? So, Isha Prabhu recently got this title of Innocent. What was the title?
Innocent Unfiltered.
Yeah, Innocent Self-Filter. So, we know that Krishna is also the source of innocence. All the qualities which we have is coming from Krishna in somehow or other way. If Krishna doesn't have them, then how can it be existed? Srila Prabhupada mentioned. So everything in this material world is coming from Krishna. Yeah. Prabhu, am I not boring you? I feel like you all are so silent.
Going wonderful. Keep going.
Okay, perfect. Um, Now, Sridama Sakha, he was like, okay, if you cannot catch me, then you're not Balaram, otherwise you are Balaram. So Sridama took off, running as fast as he can. But Nityananda Prabhu is obviously, first incarnation of Krishna is Balaram, and then Balaram is also Nityananda. So he immediately caught him. But Sridama, he still wants to, that habit. Now he's angry with them that how did they forget me? Come on, guys, I was playing with you. Does it matter to you? So he was like, now look you here. You dudes left me behind. So I ain't gonna come to those nudia or whatever joint it's called. Disclaimer. This action is performed in the direction of professional authorities. Don't do Dhamma Parad. But they are Krishna Sakha. And he was like, I'm not coming to that nudia or something. So how can you left me? And then what happened is Nityananda Prabhu, he kept coaxing him. And Sridhama was like, no, I'm not going to come. No. No, how can you do that? I feel so sad. I was playing with you. I am also a part of group. You took everyone, but you forgot me. And then, but Nityananda Prabhu, Akarodha Paramananda Nityananda Ram. Lord Balram is still a little bit, he still gets a little angry, a little quickly. But Nityananda Prabhu, he's pure merciful. Acharya mentioned that if it could have been Balaram, he could have been, oh, you don't want to come? Okay, then I'm going. But Nityananda Prabhu kept insisting him. And actually, it's mentioned here that Sridama was feeling a little bad that he never wanted to come. So he manifested himself as Ramadas Mahashri. Or again, the further name was Abhiram Thakur, whose disappearance day is today. So Ramdas was kind of dissatisfied, but let's come directly to the glories of Ramdas. That's how the incarnation came in existence. That's how he came as Ramadas. Few points about Srila Ramdas. The first one is he was a really famous Kirtaniya of his time. He was like Amala Harinam Das or Amala Harinam Prabhu. Not me, but the OG one of his time. And then one thing I was able to recall Vishakha Prabhu in this case. They said that if you ever wanted to know how to serve Vaishnavas when they come to your home, that should be taught by Abhiram Thakur. He practically teaches us that thing. He will call everyone and then he'll respect them so wonderfully that it's mentioned there was no guest who never blessed them or who never prayed for their well-being. He was so nice with all of the Vaishnavas. And so there were few things with Abhiram Thakur. So whoever it's mentioned here, if Abhiram Thakur would offer his obeisances to any stone other than Shaligram's Shila, the stone would crack immediately, or like sometimes it's mentioned explode. He had this thing. So he was the deity ministry head of, you can say like how in ISKCON we have deity ministry head, they tell the deity is bona fide or not. He was the head of that time. People used to call him, it's mentioned here, that if they don't know if the deity is actual Shaligram or some bona fide deity or not, they'll come, Abhiram Thakur, please, Prabhu, come, pay obeisances. And if it explodes, oh, he was not bona fide. But if not, then yeah, deity is bona fide. Yes. So similarly, it is mentioned here when Nityananda Prabhu has his first child. So out of ecstasy, he was unable. Similar thing happened with the people now. The one with the pure hearts, they will get saved. The one with if he pays obeisances. But the false gurus, let's say, nowadays also there are a lot of false gurus. They'll say that I am guru. but they're not following proper Vedic injunctions, or they're not coming from a bona fide chain of succession. So they will immediately. So he came, and out of ecstasy at looking at Nityananda Prabhu, as I mentioned, he was the most favorite of Nityananda Prabhu. He paid obeisances to the child. And this happened 7 times. But it was further mentioned that it was a whole Leela. Nityananda Prabhu wanted to state something over here. If I got into that, it's going to take a lot of time, to be honest. We have Nityananda Prabhu waiting here for his slot. So,
No, I'm not. I'm stressing.
yeah, basically this thing happened with till 7th child of Nityananda Prabhu and Vasudha Devi. But then finally the 8th child, daughter Ganga Devi, was born to Nityananda and Vasudha Devi. And then when he paid obeisances, he see that she's unaffected. So he was like, finally, this time we have not been deceived. This is a whole wonderful Leela. It's so deep, so hard for a lot of people to understand. And then, as soon as he saw, he got up and he said, oh, then Ganga Devi is okay. He wrote 100 verses in the praise of Ganga Devi. And same with the 9th child, Sri Veer Chandra Prabhu. When nothing happened to him, he wrote a Sri Veerbhadrashtakam. A lot of people now in nowadays, they follow that, oh, I'm a Sakhi of Krishna, this Hajiya Bhav, taking their chunni like this and dance like Gopi. Well, I can remember Goloknath Das Prabhu, he was saying in one of the class, Brajavasis can do that because they're being empowered by Krishna. And they did few things, they did a lot of tapasya to be a part of Krishna's eternal pastimes. So the thing goes from there. You can see he wrote Veerbhadrashtakam. He's not a simple illiterate guy who doesn't know who Lord Balaram is or who is Krishna is. Here it's mentioned, Acharya has mentioned, he said, you're not my Lord Balaram. So he knows he's Lord, but at the same time, he knows that he's serving by the mood of Sakhya. Lord likes to taste different moods. So this was one of the story. And then it is mentioned Gopal Guru Goswami was also similarly tested by Abhiram Thakur when he was only a small boy living with Mahaprabhu in Puri. But by the mercy of Mahaprabhu, who invested his potency in Gopal Guru, the boy emerged unscratched. There was not even a single scratch. That's why the mercy of Guru or Mahaprabhu is so important. Right? Then, it is mentioned he later got, Abhiram Thakur later got married to Shri Malini Devi by the choice of Nityananda Prabhu. And he had this wonderful deity also. The name of that deity was Gopinath. Shri Gopinath. Shri Radha Kichar Gopinath ki. Yeah. So what happened is Gopinath actually, so Abhiram Thakur was from Khanakol Krishnagar. So this deity also appeared there. And what happened is this deity came in Abhiram Thakur's dream. And Krishna told, I am within the earth here. Please take me out and worship me. I only came for you. And after hearing this, after hearing this, Abhiram Thakur, he was first thinking that, is it a real tree? But either ways, he went to the place and tried digging that. And he actually found Gopinath. After that, that place became really famous by the name of what is this? Who is this? Ramakund. And then, obviously, for some reason, there was this lake also which came in existence after that deity came. And people don't know where that lake came from. It's just after one day there was a whole lake. So it is mentioned that the water contained there, the sweet, contained there was sweet as nectar. And then that Ramkund become famous and famous. And it is also mentioned anyone who bathed there or drank the water from that kunda got ecstasy, and he'll start dancing in the loving devotional service of
Krishna.
Krishna. Yeah. One day, Abhiram Thakur came in the mood of a cowherd boy. And he was so eager to play flute, but he was unable to find. Yes. So, um, I'll just finish with by this pastime quickly, and then Nityananda Prabhu will take it. He was so much in ecstasy that he picked up this large trunk of tree, and it is mentioned that that trunk of tree was so heavy that not even 16 people with their full potential can pick that up. He picked it up, cracked open the tree, and for somehow made a flute out of it and started playing. And after hearing that, Nityananda Prabhu went in ecstasy and he started dancing. It's so nice how they both are like going in ecstasy and dancing again and again and encouraging each other. That shows us the power of association. You might be down or you might be feeling that I don't want to do it. But if you have senior Vaishnavas sitting next to you, they'll also be inspiring you. I have a lot of things to say, but I'll just conclude with this. So, Shri Abhiram Thakur ki Jai. And we'll go to Nityananda Prabhu now. He'll further mention the Srimad Bhagavatam summary.
Well, Haribol Prabhus, like I was supposed to talk about the last chapters, which actually are basically the what is the word? Nectar that is found in the story of Srila Abhiram Thakur Maharaj. Surrender. Bali Maharaj was all about surrender. He went again. You have a question? Okay. Anyways, he went against his Guru Maharaj, went against just to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. It is said in purports that he got love of Godhead, and his spiritual master was still going through all these rituals and other stuff, all these pujas and blah 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 blah. One thing that may come in mind, that why didn't throughout his life he told him, go worship Vishnu, and when the time came, don't do it. What one thing comes into your mind?
Material attachments.
Maybe one more.
He wanted to check, he wanted to test his disciple, where he stands exactly.
Just give me one more word. I don't know either. I'm just asking. Give me one word. They want you one word. Okay, think. Material attachments. Do you want to explain?
Why, when the time came, he was asking Bali Maharaj not to surrender. So, Shukracharya, he knew that if Bali Maharaj surrenders, then Vamandev is going to take away everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not ready for that.
Yeah,
Shukracharya was
he
not
doubted the will of Lord.
ready.
One may think, right? Similar things happen in our lives. Sometimes we think like, Krishna, why would you do that? Why would you let that happen? People come in your life, people go from your life, and you always get attached to a certain phase of your life, and you think, oh, this is it, bro. This is it. We see 2 blocks ahead. But we don't know the whole journey. And Krishna, he's a director. You're an actor. Life is a beautiful movie. And it's always, and the ending is always happy. So Bali Maharaj's story just teaches us, just whatever comes, accept as a will of the Lord, and just out of love for them, for Radha Krishna, keep going through your life, accepting things and not complaining. But if you feel like why this is happening, just go and talk to him face to face. I mean, express your heart. Don't be like, oh, I'm such a pure devotee that I won't, this is also a kind of ego. Just be honest with Krishna. Be honest with everyone. Do not think like, oh, I'm such a high level devotee. How can this material thing can affect me? Yeah, no. Mahaprabhu, Prabhu was mentioning about that Nityananda Prabhu loved Abhiram Acharya, and one of his quality was humility, and humility is something that takes you literally from nothing to Krishna's eyes. So many purport Bhagavatam, Prabhupada mentioned that Krishna loves someone who is humble and meek, who is innocent, who doesn't think himself as a like bro. See, I'm the man here. No, this Krishna doesn't like. Krishna likes someone who loves, who thinks himself lower than a grass, who thinks that I'm nothing. Whatever I am is because of Krishna, and whatever will happen is because of Krishna. Nityanand Prabhu, he was preaching so hard, go to each and every door. And when someone asked me, how can I make you happy? He said, Chaitanya gao, Chaitanya seva, liya Chaitanya naam, Chaitanya jari bhakti kare, sahi mora pran. He said, don't come to me. Yeah, go worship the Lord of my life, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. And you go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's humility personified. Someone used to come up, oh, you're Krishna. No, Vishnu. What are you talking about? Krishna, Bhaj Krishna, Kaho Krishna. Prabhu Agyai Bhai, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. Prabhu, Mahaprabhu, he wanted Krishna to be glorified. Why? There's except one or two, three pastimes, Mahaprabhu was always like, go worship Krishna, go worship Krishna. Why?
Because he was in mode of Radharani.
Yeah, Kishori ji, Hari Bol. Radharani is, she is literally, if you talk about where the third verse comes from, it's from her. It's from Radharani. Because she, literally, she's the greatest ever devotee of Lord Hari. And if someone goes and speak to her, and she says, "Oh, I'm the lowest." That glorious Radharani, she is the cause of all causes. Jagat Mohan Krishna Tanhari Mohini. Chaitanya Charitam explains, she is the supreme goddess of all. She bounds Krishna. But what she loves is humility. Seeing that, Krishna was so happy, and he made this humility as the prime thing for all jivas. You express your humility. You don't have, you just try. You'll become dear to me. And this is a summary of Bali Maharaj's story. Surrender with humility. And oh Lord, some people, they surrender out of their own ego. See, I'm surrendered to Krishna. What can happen to me? See, I'm surrendered. If that surrender is with humility, that's very rare. Doesn't make sense? And I don't have much else to say, but he mentioned one bhajan, Nadhya Gudrume. I really want to sing it right now. Is it okay? Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you five minutes for questions in the end. Is that okay?
We end before we'll do question and
Okay. Let's go for questions. I don't think so anyone has questions.
Can you explain that hand things, measuring things?
So, basically, if you measure a person like this in that type of yoga, it might be possible. I don't know now, imagine how big the hand must be. But even if you try yourself, it should be not more than, I think, 10, 12 hands. If you try to measure yourself like this. So in that yoga, it was 7. But when he saw Nityananda Prabhu, it was 3.5 hands, right? So because he's from the upper yoga now, basically, if a person from the upper yoga is mentioning us, his hand and his whole body is so big that it will be just 3.5 hand.
One hand is equal to 3.
yeah.
One person. height is equal to 3.5 per.
So basically, in that time, people were taller, bigger. Like I think there's one thing mentioned in scriptures, like at the end of Kali Yuga, the size of a cow will be that of a goat. So like, as Kali Yuga progresses, we shrink, kind of. Yeah, that's the point Prabhu was expressing. Any other questions? Any reflections? Because this is the last class of the semester. No? Yes, Prabhu.
So, we were talking about humility and surrender, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Uh, Bali Maharaj, he actually kind of knew that, okay, this is the Supreme Personality of God and I need to surrender. And he was ready, he was ready to give up everything and go with the will of God. Like, today we were singing the last verse of Shikshashtra, in which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that even if you embrace me or if you
Should make him broken hearted by not appearing before
be
me.
broken hearted, yeah. So they are like devotees, pure devotees, they are not attached to what Krishna will give them in return, but they just want to surrender. So what makes them do that? I mean, we in the material world, we always want the reciprocation. We want something in return. If you tell me that, oh, I'm doing this bhakti, in the end Krishna will not even look at me, probably I won't do that.
Yeah.
So what is the mood of this pure devotee? What is that driving force behind this thing?
Yeah, it is sad. Like everything is fair in love and war, and this love is like transcendental, extreme, Mahabhav. I'll give you one example of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Swami Maharaj. I heard this from senior Vaishnava, and the thing goes, he was once driving with his devotees, and some people attacked the non-ISKCON devotees. They were like, I mean, they were very furious. And Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he said, he was little bit worried. I said, oh, go away, go away, go away, go away. And later on, there was this one devotee who challenged actually Maharaj that, oh, you teaches us to surrender to Krishna and be fearless. And why were you like worried? Why didn't you ask Krishna to protect you? And his answer was something that literally, he said, I don't want Krishna to do anything for me. I don't want him to serve me. I am here to serve him. I don't want to bother him. Wherever he is, let him do. I will serve him with no condition. No condition. This is actually love. Krishna Ichha Priti Vancha Dhare Prem Nam. For Lord Hari, for Radharani, Mahaprabhu, for them, no condition. You make me broken hearted, you don't do whatever. I'm submissive. Whatever you do, I accept, but I am here to serve. That is love. That is our goal. And the sadhana bhakti that Prabhupada gave us, it's a way. It's a process. It's a long marathon. It's not something that will happen. It can. If Prabhupada gives you special mercy, it can happen overnight. He said 1 minute. You surrender fully 1 minute. But practically, for me personally, I know it's going to take time. But still, we should have full faith in, because we don't have no qualifications. We don't have no power, but His mercy is powerful. So we know one day, slowly, one day, we will get there.
You're mentioning this verse. Would you like to say that again? Krishna Ichha Vancha.
I think this is about, it comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, talk about lust and love, what is difference. I don't know the exact, I think, Krishna.
Well, what's the verse? Like, I can search it.
I'll tell you later. Yeah. Okay, I really want to sing that version. Is that okay? Any other questions?
You want to finish the story, you are saying it is left at the end.
Which one?
Oh, it's gonna take me 2-3 minutes. Is that
Hey,
okay?
take your time. I don't have anything. That's all.
So it was about Abhiram Thakur, and till now we read that he like literally opened that really huge tree. And now the last part goes right. So Shivaram, sorry, not saying Shivaram, Abhiram Thakur, he had this problem that even if he be so humble or started being obeisances to everyone, they will die. And even if he uses danda, so he had this wonderful danda, wick, and the name of that danda is Jaya Mangala. And whoever he touched or beat with that danda, he will get the love of Krishna. And again that person will start dancing in ecstasy. Imagine like somebody just hit you with a danda and you got Krishna Prema. That's all. I'm okay to get that danda. So there is this story of Srinivasacharya. We all know, right? Srinivasacharya. He's the fifth person. Can we have Panchtattva image?
Chaitanya.
And he's an incarnation of
Narad Muni.
Narad Muni. And Narad Muni came to assist
Mahaprabhu.
Mahaprabhu. So we'll be having a picture of Srinivasacharya. So basically, Srinivasacharya, when he was just a child, somewhere it's mentioned touched, but somewhere it's mentioned beat. So I'm not sure. But Abhiram Thakur used that danda. And it is mentioned that after touching that, his wife Malini Devi exclaimed, "Thakura, please don't beat him anymore. Restrain yourself. He's just a boy." Why he was doing that? So the person who's always standing here on the extreme left. Okay, yeah, extreme left. No, extreme right. Yeah, yeah. I was looking like this. Yeah. He is Srivasacharya. And now he in his childhood got beaten / touched by that danda. You know what I'm trying to say. And she was like, "Please, restrain yourself. This is just a small boy. He will be overly excited with this whip of yours." And why was she saying that? She was not saying that he was literally beating him so hard. But because she was saying it as Acharya mentioned, that Srivasacharya, he will be overly excited by the touch of that whip. And that's what happened actually. The time she said that he won't be able to handle that ecstasy. Right? Nayanam galadashrudharaya vadanam gadgadarudragira hulkir nichitam vapukada tavanam grahane bhavishyati. Srinivas, here, yeah. The time she said, Srinivas Acharya had already completely drowned in Krishna Prema, crying, dancing in ecstasy of Krishna. And yeah, that was basically the main thing. And then it is, last time it's mentioned here that he was a really wonderful preacher. It is mentioned that people who are atheists, they'll change their directions. Because if we touch them, or he was so nice with his preaching, if he even have a small chat with someone, they will become bhaktas. His disappearance is really great to us. And he disappeared on the 7th day of dark fortnight of Chaitra month. So I think that was the complete thing. And now Nityananda Prabhu will sing a bhajan.